Hi, in this lecture we're going to start looking at power chords. In other words, it's already time to start playing your guitar. So pick it up, it should be tuned by now, and let's get started. Now the first thing that I need to point out to you is that we need to use your left hand to play guitar. Now this is the way I'm going to refer to your left hand. This is a picture of your left hand. It's kind of a template, so what I want you to do is hold your hand up in front of the screen, palm towards you, your left hand, and this is what you're looking at. Your thumb is over on the left, and it's labeled T. You usually don't use your thumb on your left hand to play chords unless you have a big monster hand like Jimi Hendrix, and you wrap it over the top and play the E and A strings. The pointer finger on your left hand is going to be numbered 1, and then the middle finger 2, the ring finger 3, and finally your pinky 4. So if you could remember these numberings, it'd be quite helpful, although not necessary. The next thing that I'm going to introduce is something you've already seen in the tuning section, which is a diagram of a guitar fretboard. Now once again, I am looking as if somebody's playing the guitar in front of me. So everything's reversed. For them, the body is on the right, and that's where they're strumming. The head of the guitar with all the tuning prongs is over on their left, and it's complete reverse for me because I'm looking at them. This is as if I'm getting to see what somebody plays on guitar. Now the other thing I've done is I've labeled the strings so you can begin to get used to their names. The big fat one on top is lower E, and it ends with the high E down on the bottom. So let's learn E and E as a beginning. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down finger patterns, or in this case, this is the open chord shape for the chord E. Now, what do these numbers in the circles represent? Well, they represent those fingers that we talked about. So if you look at the notes that are being played, if I play these strings on the guitar, there's an E there. Yeah, sure enough, that's in the E chord. The A gets elevated a whole step, which brings it to a B. That's in an E chord. The D becomes an E. That's in an E chord. G sharp, B, and E. All of these notes are in an E chord, so I can strum all of them. Now, just in case you don't remember your finger numberings, which I'm sure you probably don't, remember the pointer finger is 1, middle finger 2, ring finger 3, and the small finger is 4. So you're putting your pointer finger on that G to elevate it to a G sharp. And then your fingers you'll find, give it a try, your fingers will just naturally fall into the shape. This is the most comfortable shape in which to make an E chord. You'll have your number 2 finger or your middle finger forming a B, and then you'll be forming an E with the number 3 finger. And the final thing that I want to point out is the strum. Sometimes you don't strum all of the strings because they're not in the chord. In this case, I've proven that all of the notes are in the chord, so you can strum all of the strings to make this chord. Now, when you play an E chord, it should sound like this. And this is the way that I want you to play the chord. Strum it, attack it in various ways. And play with the chord, and everything should come through clearly. The real test of whether your strings are coming through clearly, whether they're buzzing or they're muted, is to play them one at a time. Not bad in my case. I'm usually muting or somewhat muting a string, or I get a little bit of buzz. But that was pretty good, so that's your E chord. Now, notes about playing the open E chord is there should be no string buzz. String buzz means that the string is hitting other frets. It means typically that you don't have enough pressure going down on the strings, so push down real hard. And all the notes in the chord should sound. If some of them don't sound, that means that you're touching the notes or the strings with some of your fingers, and you're muting them. So make sure all 6 notes sound. And by the way, your left hand should start cramping and hurting almost immediately. If that's the case, then you know you're playing your E chord correctly. So what is the first exercise for this course is to play the E chord. So pick up your guitar, and what I want you to do is put your first finger on that fourth string down, which is the G string, to turn it into a G sharp. I then want you to naturally put your second finger onto the A string, turning it into a B, and the D string, turning it into an E. Then I want you to take your plectrum, and I want you to strum down all the notes. And play it in various ways, the way that I did. And when you play it a note at a time, make sure that every note comes through with no buzz and no mute. So go ahead, and at this point you might want to pause the video and use this diagram to play an E chord. Now we're not going to pause at all. We're going to jump right ahead to the Open A chord, the shape and the strum for that. Notice that this is an awful lot like the E chord. It's just down one string. And notice the strum goes down one string. Let's see what the notes are. The E, the A, yeah, those are both in A. The D gets up to whole note, which makes it an E. That's in the chord. The G becomes an A, yeah, that's in the chord. C sharp, yep, that's in the chord, and so is E. So all the notes are in the chord, but what's really good sounding in a chord is to have the root note in the first note that you hit. So notice that A is here. Yeah, the E is in the chord, and if you accidentally hit it, it won't sound bad, but it's going to sound much better if you begin your strum with the second string down and play the A through high E. Now here's your fingers you put on it. You put them right in a row. So put them on the second fret, between actually the first and the second fret, that area where you get the strings to bow. Put them in a row and strum down, and the chord should sound something like this. Once again, all the strings should be sounding and there should be no buzz. So, what's exercise 2? You guessed it, it's to play the A chord. So go ahead and put your finger number 1 on that D string, the third string down. This is all in the second fret, and number 2 right below it, and number 3 right below that. Cramp them all together. It's going to be hard to get them all in the strings and all in that area, but play the second string down all the way to the bottom, and you should have a nice sounding A chord. Wow, it's time to relax, isn't it? No, wrong. Here comes exercise 3. Okay, in exercise 3, this is what I want you to do. I want you to strum an open E chord, then I want you to strum an open A chord, and I want you to go back and forth as fast as you can and as cleanly as you can. Doing it cleanly counts as much as for speed. So refer back in the video if you need to see the E and the A chord. Here I'm going to kind of show them to you in an interesting way to go back and forth. This is kind of a sloppy playing way of playing these chords faster. So here you have the open E chord, right? Well, notice that your third finger is on that D string, and it's on the top string that's needed to form an A chord. So you can easily just drop your entire finger, make it flat, and play the entire A chord with one finger. And back and forth you go, just rocking between the E chord and the A chord. E chord, A chord. You can rock back and forth very easily in this way. So there's a little tip for you. Okay, now we want to talk about power chords because we're rockers. Only pussies play open chords. They use it to strum and sing campfire songs. We don't want to do that. True rockers play bass-heavy abbreviations of these chords known as power chords. And also, this is an interesting note. It's easier to play power chords, which is really needed when you strap your guitar so low on your body that the body of the guitar is resting on your thigh. That's a really bad way to play guitar. It looks cool, but all you can do is play power chords probably. So that's how they arose. So consider this. Here's our open E chord. Notice what we're playing here. Well, what if we only played the top 2 strings? Well, that's pretty easy. All I do is I put my first finger on the A to make it a B, and I play an E and a B together. Well, what about the A chord? That's just down a string, and it's more or less the same shape. If I put my first finger on the D to make it an E, then I can play the A and the E together. And that's power chords. One of the things this allows you to do is that you can play power chord ballads with just one finger, right? Here it is, the E chord and the A chord. Now, crank up the distortion if you got it. I don't have it in this case, but here's the E chord and the A chord as power chords. I'm sorry, I know it was on acoustic guitar, that's all I had handy, and you didn't get to hear the heavy distortion, but if you've got an amp, crank up the distortion on this, and we're going to play this song that I just played. It's called Two Power Chord Rock Monster, and what I want you to do is start tapping your foot, okay? And as you tap your foot, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to go E, A, E. Ready? Okay. A, E. E, A, E, A, E, A, E, A, E, A, E, A, E, and that is the entire song once you count it out. So just keep tapping your foot and counting and playing these chords back and forth. Play the power chord versions, and if you have access to distortion, definitely use it. So, what did you learn in this course? How to play an open E chord? How to play an open A chord? How to switch back and forth fast and clean? That's pretty handy. Moving your hands around the keyboard is really useful. What's a power chord? Okay, this is getting better. How to play an E power chord? Yes! How to play an A power chord? Oh, I love it. And finally, how to play Two Power Chord Rock Monster, our first song. In the next lecture, we're going to look at alternating rhythm patterns, and we're going to learn how to play rock and roll and the blues shuffle.